welcome to day 17 of 25 days of yoga for 2025. I'm so happy and grateful to have you here with me today as I guide you through a 35-minute gentle yoga practice. I encourage you to move in any ways that feel good. I am guiding you, but remember, this is your practice and it can look and feel however you'd like it to. Begin by coming down to lay on one side of your body. Use your lower arm that's closest to the ground as a pillow and place your other hand onto the mat to rest. Settle into your most comfortable position here and draw your focus to the stillness that now resides in your body, replacing the constant movement that has otherwise been present throughout your day so far. Now invite your mind on to your breath and fully feel each inhale as it passes through your nose and fills you up. And then fully feel each exhale as it passes back out of your nose and empties out. Feel yourself inhale, and as you do so, lift whichever knee is on top up away from the other knee and let it guide you to come to lay on the other side now. Settle in here and discover if the same breath that you've been taking this whole time feels different as you lay on this side opposed to the other. There is absolutely nothing that you need to do or think about or prepare for in this very moment, except feel. On inhale, lift whichever knee is on top up and away from the bottom one. Let your hips open through center and let that knee guide you to lay on the other side once again. Exhale. Inhale, lift the top knee, open the hips through center, and then come to lay on the other side and exhale. Now inhale, lift the top knee. Keep your upper body here and just let your knees fall to the other side now. Inhale, guide with the top knee over to the other side. Your back stays planted, knees to the other side. Inhale, lift the top knee, guide the knees to the other side, and exhale. Inhale, lift the knees through center. Exhale, let them fall to the other side. Inhale, lift the top knee, let it guide you to the other side, and exhale. Inhale, lift the top knee, let it guide you. Exhale. Inhale, guide with the top knee, and now pause in the center, both knees lifted above your hips. And as you exhale, place your hands onto the backs of your thighs and begin to rock forward and backward up the length of your spine. Take one more rock forward and pause at the top for a breath. Then let your palms come behind either hip and open your legs out a little bit wider than mats with distance and slightly turn both sets of toes out. Inhale, and on exhale, let both knees fall towards your left side. Inhale, lift your knees back through center, feet plant. Exhale, let both knees fall towards the right side now. Inhale, lift both knees back through center, and exhale, let them fall to the left. Inhale, plant your feet back through center. Exhale, let your knees fall to the right. Now inhale, lift your knees back through center, and on exhale, knees fall to the left and right arm lifts off of the mat and sweeps over and around towards the back of your space. Inhale, sweep your hand back behind your hip, knees come back through center, and exhale, knees fall to the right, left arm sweeps over and around towards the back of your space. Inhale, left hand plants, knees come back up. Exhale, knees fall to the left, right arm sweeps over and around. Inhale, bring everything back through center. Exhale, knees fall to the right, left arm reaches around. Inhale, find center, and exhale, pause. Now extend both legs long in front of you and flex your feet towards the sky. Place your hands on the side of either hip and sit up nice and tall. Feel as you lengthen your spine and take a breath. Now bend your left knee and grab onto it with your hands, and then gently push your left knee out to open up your hip and plant the sole of your left foot somewhere on the inside of your right thigh. Place your hands on either side of your right leg. Inhale, sit tall. And exhale, hinge forward at your hips and walk your hands forward until your body asks you to stop. Stay here, back muscles supporting you, or relax your back muscles and drape forward towards your knee. Your hands can stay on the ground or come to your foot or your leg at any place that it's comfortable for Janu Shirshasana. Instead of forcing yourself lower towards your knee, simply breathe, and with your exhales, let your body tell you if it'd like to go deeper or if it'd like to stay exactly where it is. Take one more inhale, and on your exhale, bring your palms back down to the ground and slide them beneath your shoulders. Hug your shoulder blades in and towards one another. Inhale. And on exhale, extend your arms to push you back up to a tall seat. Now grab hold of your left knee and guide it back up through center to plant your foot onto the mat. Your foot can stay here, or if you're curious, step your left foot over your right leg and plant the sole of your foot on the outside of your right thigh. Grab hold of your left knee with both hands and hug it towards you to help you sit up even straighter. Release your left hand and place it behind your left hip. Inhale, lift your right arm out high, and exhale, sweep your right arm around your left knee to cradle it in your elbow and gaze over your back left shoulder. You can stay here if this feels good, or if you'd like a different experience, bring your left hand to your knee and plant your right hand behind your right hip. Now shift your weight into that right hand and bend your extended right knee and guide your right foot to the outside of your left glute. Now place your left elbow on the front of your left knee and open your chest towards the right side of your space. Hand stays open towards the right side as well. Inhale and exhale as you hold in either twist. Inhale and exhale. Take one more inhale here in Ardha Matsyendrasana, and on exhale, plant your left palm behind your left hip, extend your right leg long, and then inhale, grab onto your left knee, and exhale, uncross it from your right and extend it back. Both feet flexed towards the sky. Take a breath here. Now bend your right knee and plant your foot onto the mat. Then using your hands, gently press your right knee out so your hip opens and plant the sole of your right foot onto the inside of your left thigh. Bring your hands to rest on either side of your left leg and sit tall. Inhale. And on exhale, hinge forward at your hips once again and stop where your body asks you to. Stay here or relax your back muscles and drape your head towards your knee. Your hands can stay on the floor or come to your foot or leg, and breathe as you stay here in this side of Janu Shirshasana, your head to knee pose. Take a final inhale, and on exhale, let your hands come to the ground and then slide them back so they stack under your shoulders. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and exhale, extend your arms and press yourself up to sit tall. Now grab hold of your right knee and guide it back through center so your foot plants onto the mat. Can keep your foot here or step it over your left leg to plant on the outside of your thigh. Rest the palm of your right hand behind your right hip. Inhale, lift the left arm up and out, and exhale, sweep your left elbow to cradle your right knee and gaze back and over your right shoulder. Stay here or plant your left hand behind your left hip and bend your extended left leg so your toes point back and your foot is resting on the outside of your right glute. Inhale, place your right elbow on the front of your right knee and push that knee out so that you can open your chest towards the left side. Right hand stays wide and open towards the left. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hold here in Ardha Matsyendrasana, and exhale. Take one more inhale here, and then on your exhale, plant your right hand back behind your right hip, fingers facing away from you, and extend your bottom left leg back out in front of you. Uncross your right leg from over top of your left and extend that as well. Now sweep both legs behind you to come up onto all fours in tabletop position. Stack your wrists right underneath of your shoulders and your knees right underneath of your hips. Then walk your hands inward towards one another to meet somewhat in the middle. On inhale, lift your left arm high up towards the sky and open your chest to the left. Exhale, sweep the left hand back down towards the right. Inhale, lift the right arm high now, open your chest to the right. Exhale, plant your right hand back to the mat towards your left. Inhale, Left arm lifts, open out your chest. Exhale, plant your left hand back to the mat. Inhale, lift your right arm high, let your gaze follow your fingertips to open even wider. Exhale, plant your right hand back down. Inhale, lift your left arm high. Exhale, plant it back down. Inhale, right arm lifts high now. Exhale, plant it back down. Now bring your wrists right back underneath either shoulder so hands separate. And then walk your hands about a hand length forward in front of you. Inhale, scoot your left knee forward until it bumps the back of your left wrist. And on exhale, kind of shimmy your left foot in towards or past the midline of your body. Then tuck your right toes underneath of you and scoot your right knee back to lower your hips towards the ground. A cushion or a blanket can always be placed under your left hip to support you. Now walk your hands back so they rest underneath of either shoulder and let your shoulders fall back and away from your ears. You can stay here for Kapotasana, Pigeon Pose, or on inhale, lift your arms up high and overhead, and exhale, relax your shoulders. Keep your chest puffed out towards the front of your space as you hold for an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, reach through your fingertips towards the sky, and exhale, lower your hands back down underneath of your shoulders. Now walk your hands in front of you once again. Tuck your back right toes and then scoot your left knee back to meet your right in tabletop. Readjust yourself with knees under hips and wrists under shoulders. Now walk your hands forward one hand length again, and on inhale, slide your right knee forward until it bumps the back of your right wrist. Exhale and shimmy your right foot in towards or past the midline of your body. Tuck your back left toes underneath of you, and then scoot your knee back until your hips lower to the ground once again. Bring your hands to rest directly underneath of your shoulders here in Kapotasana, Pigeon Pose. Keep your weight light on your hands and stay here as you breathe and sink into this pose. Or on an inhale, lift your arms up and overhead, and exhale, relax your shoulders back and down. You can lower your hands back to the mat at any time. No matter where you are, continue to invite your mind back to your breath when it begins to wander. Inhale, reach high through your fingertips. And exhale, send your hands back down underneath of your shoulders. Now walk your hands forward in front of your right leg and tuck your left toes under. Firmly ground through your hands and rotate your upper arms so that your elbows point back towards your body. On inhale, push up through your shoulders and lift your hips up and back and guide your right foot back towards your left into downward dog Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal out your legs a few times and then settle both heels to come towards the earth in stillness. You can straighten both knees out or keep a gentle bend in them if you're feeling any compression in your back. Now hug your hands and your upper arms towards one another energetically without actually moving them to give you some stability here. On inhale, push down into the ground through your hands and up through your shoulders to guide your sitting bones back up towards the sky. On exhale, gently bend your knees and begin to walk your hands back step by step until they come in front of your toes. Keep as deep of a bend in your knees as feels good for you to also keep your hands planted on the mat at the same time as your heels. On inhale, deeply bend your knees and send your hips back and down over your heels and lift your chest and arms up high to hover in an imaginary chair. Exhale, hinge back forward at the hips and bring your palms to the earth. Knees can stay bent or invite them to straighten. Inhale, deeply bend the knees, send your hips back and down as you lift your chest and arms. Exhale, hinge forward at your hips and come back to forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, bend your knees and hover over your chair. Keep your weight in your heels here. Exhale, hinge forward back to forward fold. Take a deep inhale and exhale here. Inhale, place a gentle bend in your knees, and on exhale, push through your shoulders and walk your hands forward until your shoulders stack right over your wrists in plank, Palakasana. Inhale, and on exhale, lift up through your core and send your hips up and back towards the sky, back into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. On inhale, lift your left leg high behind you for three-legged dog, and exhale, open out your left hip. Inhale, come back to center, down dog, and exhale, shift your weight forward into your hands and step your left foot in between your hands. Let your right back knee come to the earth and untuck your toes. Place your hands underneath of your shoulders and inhale. And on exhale, send your hips back and down and invite your left leg to straighten as your toes lift off of the mat. Inhale, bend the left leg, shift your weight forward. Exhale, send your hips back and down, toes peel off the mat, invite that leg to straighten. Inhale, shift your weight forward and lift your arms up high and overhead. And exhale, sweep your hands back down to the mat to frame your left foot. Tuck your right toes underneath of you and lift your knee off of the ground. Inhale, and on exhale, push up through your shoulders and send your left foot back to meet your right in Adho Mukha. Inhale, lift your right leg high behind you now, three-legged dog. And exhale, open out your right hip. Inhale, come back to center, three-legged. And on exhale, shift your weight forward into your hands and step your right foot in between your hands. Lower your back left knee down and untuck your toes. Place your hands underneath either shoulder and take an inhale. And on your exhale, send your hips back and down and invite your right knee to straighten now as toes peel off the mat. Inhale, shift your weight forward into your front right hip. Exhale, send your hips back and down. Right knee straightens. Inhale, shift your weight forward and lift your arms up high and overhead. And exhale, sweep your hands back down to the mat and send your hips back and down one more time. Straighten that right leg as much or as little as comfortable. Inhale, shift your weight forward. And exhale, sweep your right knee back to meet your left in tabletop position. Walk your hands one hand length forward in front of you. And inhale as you slide your left knee forward until it bumps the back of your left wrist. Exhale and shimmy your left foot in or past the midline of your body. Tuck your back right toes and scoot your knee back to bring your hips down to the earth. Walk your hands back underneath of either shoulder now and settle into Kapotasana. Your hands can stay here or lift high and overhead as you breathe. And I invite you to notice what feels different in this same asana now as opposed to how it felt at the beginning of class. Inhale, reach high, and exhale, send your hands back underneath of your shoulders. Then walk your palms forward in front of you and tuck your back right toes. Then slide your left knee back to meet your right and readjust in a neutral tabletop. Walk your hands forward once again, and on inhale, slide your right knee forward to meet the back of your right wrist. Exhale, shimmy that right foot in or past the midline of your body. Tuck your back left toes underneath of you, and then scoot your knee back to lower your hips down to the ground. Bring your hands underneath either shoulder in this side of Kapotasana. You can stay here, or on an inhale, lift your arms up high and overhead, and exhale, relax your shoulders. Focus once again on the sensations that might feel new or different, or even deeper in this second time around in this asana. Focus on them and be with them as you breathe. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, lower your hands down. Now walk your palms forward and in front of you and retuck your left toes. And on inhale, slide your right knee back into tabletop and exhale. Now walk either knee out to the edge of either side of your mat and bring your big toes to connect behind you. Take an inhale through your nose, and on your exhale, send your hips back and down. Glutes rest on your heels and forehead comes to the earth for Balasana, Child's Pose. Continue breathing in and out of your nose here. And with each breath, invite a little bit more of that unnecessary tension to be released from your body as you settle in. Inhale and reach your fingertips forward towards the front of your mat. And exhale, slide your palms back underneath of your shoulders. Inhale, hug your shoulder blades back towards one another. And exhale, press yourself up and straighten your arms. Now sweep your legs behind you so that you can bring them in front of you. And bring the soles of either foot to touch as you let your knees fall out wide. Grab hold onto the top of your feet with one hand and then wrap the other over top of it and draw your shoulders back towards one another to sit straight. Inhale here, and on exhale, fold forward and round your spine to bring your forehead towards your toes. Let your body tell you where it wants to stop, and then breathe here. Inhale and lift yourself up and away from your toes so that your spine is straight. And exhale, release your hands behind either hip. You can extend your legs long in front of you and lower down into Shavasana now, or keep your legs as they are and lower down onto your forearms and then onto your back for a supine butterfly position, Supta Baddha Konasana. If you are in this supine butterfly pose and at any time your body is calling for you to exit and extend your legs, listen to that calling and do as it suggests. Let your body melt into the ground in whatever pose you choose to take for relaxation, and let go of any other thoughts or responsibilities, and simply just breathe and watch yourself breathe. You only need to be here right now in this moment. Now slowly begin to come back and invite a gentle wiggle or movement to your fingers and toes. Now lift both of your arms up long above your head to rest and soak in every inch of this last full body extension. Now lower your arms back down by your sides. And when you're ready, bend both of your knees to push yourself to lay on one side and then push up and find a comfortable seated place on your mat. Gently rest your hands on the tops of your knees and let your eyes close. Let your shoulders relax back and down away from your ears and bring your palms to touch at heart center. Let your last breath be filled with gratitude and appreciation for yourself and this practice and the love and light that resides within you. Bow your head to your hands and send yourself a namaste. You have just completed day 17 of 25 days of yoga for 2025. You are doing amazing, and I am so grateful and so happy that one of your first commitments of 2025 was to deepening and discovering your own yoga practice. I'm so excited to continue this journey with you tomorrow on day 18. Namaste and Jai Bhagwan.